This segment brought to you by Kansas Wheat. Learn more at rediscoverwheat.org.
Hi, my name is Sandy Johnson. I'm an Extension Beef Specialist for K-State Research and Extension. I'm located at Colby at the experiment station there. My area of passion is reproductive physiology, and more specifically, very interested in helping producers implement AI and Estrus synchronization programs to reach their genetic and production goals. And one of the tools that we've developed is called the Estrus Synchronization Planner. You can download that from the Iowa Beef website, and you can also find it linked from our ksubeef.org site. But what it is a simple Excel spreadsheet, and it helps you, number one, select a protocol based on how much heat detection you want to do. And then what it does is put that protocol on a calendar, and it actually allows you to indicate what products you're going to use, because a common problem is mixing up various products that we use. And so if we don't get the right product on the right day, what we want to happen will not happen. And so that's a key portion of that. Puts it on the calendar, allows you to print that out, share it with everybody that's helping with that program. There's also a mobile version at estrussync.com that allows you to look at it on a handheld device. Now, as we talk about various products that we use, it's important to understand that we now have a number of different prostaglandin products. Some are given at 5 ml dose and some are given at 2 ml dose. So it's very important to make sure you know which one you have. And when handling those products, you want to make sure and wear gloves. And the same is true if we're handling cedars, which contain progesterone. All those tools, we want to handle them, apply them using beef quality assurance guidelines. We're going to give those injections IM in the neck. We need an 1.5-inch needle to make sure we get those products delivered. But again, the right dose at the right time is really key to success. Then we think about incorporating a synchronization plan into our whole herd management. We have to think about if we're giving any spring vaccinations. What we don't want to do is combine the vaccination with a synchronization protocol. Modified live vaccines can cause inflammation of the ovary, which will interrupt the cyclicity, and your program might have very poor results. So we need to get those vaccinations given well in advance, and if you work with your veterinarian, that person can help you get that scheduled appropriately. Now, another thing we often don't talk a lot about is semen handling. There may be a lot of hands that handle your semen before you're ready to use it, and so that's important that you know where it comes from, because really we don't want those straws out of liquid nitrogen for more than 8 seconds, or we're going to begin to lose viability of those cells. So that's important as it moves from place to place. And it also is important as you're looking for semen that you want to use for a particular individual or taking inventory. So have a good inventory system. Don't allow those straws to come above that frost line for more than 8 seconds, and make sure your semen handling skills when you thaw those are very good. When you go to thaw the semen, you want to make sure to check your water bath that it's an appropriate temperature. That needs to be clean. All your equipment needs to be clean. These are just small details that should help improve your overall outcome. Now, another issue that people can run into as we're combining an AI and synchronization program with their management is where cows have to be in order for us to apply the synchronization program and where they may go next. And so sometimes we have nutritional changes there that can really have negative consequences. A small nutritional change can cause embryonic loss, so we want to make sure that we minimize those nutritional changes and nutritional stress, and also recognize that handling stress can negatively impact our results as well. We want to use our best low-stress management techniques and make sure, if we're working with cow-calf pairs, to minimize the stress on those calves as well. They can be impacted negatively as well if we don't handle them appropriately. One other item I might mention then in terms of details is just the planning aspect and communication with all the people on your team. Again, timing is important of many of these steps, and if we have people coming to help us, we need to make sure we're clear on what days and what time we need help, and also make sure that we don't cut our time schedule too close, because we know working with animals, things can go wrong. If you have a technician coming and you see that they're scheduled too tight, you may need to look more closely at your plan and make sure there's some room for the things that happen with animals. If you need more help with a synchronization program or applying that, would recommend you go to our appliedreproductivestrategies.com website. There we have archived past meetings on a whole variety of topics. I've mentioned just things in little details. Essentially, those topics are expanded on in 30 to 40-minute presentations with proceedings and slides in much more detail. So paying attention to details is really one of the keys to apply an effective AI and Estra synchronization program.
Sure Crop Fertilizers was started by my father, Don Sherman, and my mother, Shirley Sherman. Family business that started in the 80s. We predominantly focus on plant nutrients and what we can do to give growers better responses with the fertilizer dollars that they do, and what we can do to make those things work better for the grower. We're based out of Seneca, Kansas. We work with growers in their soil analysis to figure out what they need, and then we can put those in a blend that gives them the best results, and so that we can deliver that direct to their farm so that they have those nutrients where they need them, when they need them, and so that they can apply them in a manner that's very efficient to them and works well in their planting systems and what they're doing. Sure Crop Fertilizers has been around for a long time. We always say we're big enough to take care of everything you need, but we're small enough to do it quickly. You can get a hold of us at 1-800-635-4743. Our website is surecropfertilizers.com, and you can always email me at Corey@surecropfertilizers.com, and with any questions you have, we'll be glad to answer it and work with you.